a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail of Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we graze on wild ideas. And we have wonderful guests. And today we're going to be talking about discernment, compassion, and miracles. And I have Michelle Marie on, and let me bring her on. And then I would like to read to you what we're going to be talking about. So welcome, Michelle.
Hi, Gail.
Hi. Well, I'm going to read this little write-up we have here that you put together, and because it's very timely, and that's what we're going to be talking about. This is what it says. There is always a miracle at hand for humanity when disaster strikes. When measurements came in after 9/11, it indicated that unified prayers and vibration of the collective rose significantly. Humanity's collective vibration during this great awakening and shift of the ages is again rising to a whole new level after the Maui tragedy. We would like to join in love, solidarity for all the people of Maui and all the people of the world who are still facing immense, radical, and difficult challenges at this time. To bring encouragement, we will be speaking to the changes taking place and how our consciousness and our ability to deal with such challenges has reached new heights of mastery. Let us come together once again and feel the unity of love as we allow love and compassion heal and uplift all people during these difficult times. Gather in love and feel comfort, and know that everything that you do does help. Even a simple prayer. We are each of us contributing our love through prayer, random acts of kindness, and together we can create miracles. And I have a hard time even talking about Maui, because when I start to, all I want to do is cry. I feel so bad for those people. I really do.
It's extremely difficult, and it's the heart of Mother Gaia. It's the heart of the earth. It touches the heart of all human beings, what's happening there and around the earth.
Is it like they stabbed Gaia in the heart?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, some of the things I read were very, 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 very upsetting. I mean, they targeted the Native people.
Children.
They've done in the past. Children left in their homes to burn to death. I mean, it's horrific just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Now, there are some people, I don't know if it's true or not, but there are some saying that people were removed to safety, a large percentage of them. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. At this point in time, we can't say. Everything that I've seen so far does not indicate that.
Yeah.
But I think Jenny Lee, I'll be having her on here, and she's going to address that to some extent too. But, people have to be aware that Hawaii has been a deep state control center. I don't know if I'd say control center, but it's been under their strong influence for a very long time. Not to mention, we had an awful lot of military stuff there. From Space Force to command centers of various sorts and more. I don't recall it all right now, but it was more significant from a military standpoint than I realized. Of course, there's a dumb, a there's a huge base underneath Hawaii, just like just about everywhere, it seems. So one of the things that we were going to talk about today was we were going to talk about discernment, and we had a poem which you had written a number of years ago. And many of these things that you wrote are really coming forward as to being totally relevant today. So you were inspired at a time to write things that were going to be needed in the future.
That's true. That's true. I did a lot of writing. I didn't realize, the entire purpose and, how timely it would be and how relevant it would be and how resonant it would be. But, thank God, I was guided to do that. And, because I've had many years of deep meditation every day. And then, I just what comes through like in automatic writing, and it just feels like, it's from Sentience. It's like I know it. It's not just like I'm hearing it clairaudiently. It's like it comes through my heart. It's like I know it.
You know it, yeah.
Really,
I feel that way when I read your stuff. That it just resonates with my heart. Yeah,
because everybody, that really comes from the one great spirit, which we're all part of. So everybody, a lot of us are writing down the same sorts of messages. And I do want to say one brief thing from the very higher perspective. It just feels, like it would be encouraging. And that is, we are spiritual beings going through spiritual evolution, and there is no death. And
yes, that's important.
There's no death. And there's one thing that I remember that Yeshua wrote in one of the books that I read that really, it's just really good reminder. And he said, take no heed. This is paraphrasing. Take no heed from those that can take your life. Watch for your soul and save your soul. So, basically he was saying they can take your life, but they can't take your soul. You can give your soul, but they can't take it unless you give it. And so anybody going through these scenarios, they are not really, in essence, there is no death and they are not dying. And we pretty much plan our life, and we have soul contracts, and we have designated times to leave, and we have choice. So there's choice involved. We are eternal life. We are evolving. That's the higher level perspective. And as I see it, humanity is being shaken to be awakened so that we can wake up and evolve. And so at the end of it all, we're coming out on top and victorious individually and collectively. And that's not to say we're not going to cry, transmute energy, feel empathy and compassion, and, do every possible thing that we can do, to help our brothers and sisters, because, it's very difficult.
And this is really the time to come forward to be that brother or sister and to help, because that's the only thing that's going to save us.
Yeah.
Is when we unify, and that will create unity in and of itself. That's the way things used to be. That we'll be going back to.
Think right now, though. So many people are stepping up to the plate. I saw people using their boats and barges and ships to deliver goods. I saw people standing in line and delivering goods. People have been using their days off and taking days off to help. People are sending money and credit cards and supplies. And those people that are right there, boots on the ground, some of us aren't there physically, but we are sending love and energy that really does reach their heart and their body, because, in the oneness of spirit, in the physics of energy, we can and do. It's really real that we send them energy when we send them prayers and light and love and strength and courage and everything that we pray for, they get. I've spent a lot of time in deep prayer. And I know that's happening around the world. And so whether you're there doing the physical thing or whether you're sending, energy in any form whatsoever, we are, working together and unified. And it's actually brought unity because
it did. It really did. And it was absolutely wonderful to see people found a way to work around the people, the nefarious ones who were blocking the roads, blocking the supplies, blocking the food, blocking any help that the people needed. The people banded together and found a way around it, and that's beautiful.
and our hearts are open. And I just saw this one guy, and he was talking about they kept routing him to go back to the front street, and he finally, they were obviously trying to block him in, and he finally just go up and around and sidewalks and did what he had to and escaped. He escaped them trying to block him in. And
to think that they were trying to keep people in there to burn to death.
It was a massacre. It was no accident, as we can clearly see at this time. It was a nefarious, planned massacre. It was not an accident. I used to be, well, we won't even go into the dues, but I have information on that from a long time ago and how they work and everything. So obviously planned, obviously nefarious, and clearly no accident.
What do you know about dues? Maybe you should let us know.
Okay. Well, so there's different types of directed energy weapons that use scalar technology and plasma, and they can make sort of a man-made lightning. Well, in the smart meters, which people are figuring out now, the smart meters
they facilitate it, don't they?
Yeah, they work in conjunction with the dues. They work as grounding. So let's say you made some man-made lightning or a scalar wave or you're directing energy, which is microwave energy or whatever you want to call it, electromagnetic frequency, you're directing it there. The smart meter will act like a magnet and draw it to the house and then microwave the house from the inside out. That's how the smart meters work. So the people, that don't want their houses burned.
Oh, you froze.
Microwave side out.
You froze. I don't like what you're saying. You might find be helping somebody. Well, this is a real problem here at an apartment building where you got like right underneath my space. There's like 4 smart meters. So,
well, interestingly, that does happen at key moments in sentences. But I was saying that the smart meter sort of draws like a magnet those electromagnetic frequencies into the house, creating sort of a microwave. And they have tracking devices, they have Zigbee microchips, and they were forced upon people in Oregon when I was there. And that's why I was on a smart meter awareness group. And we were fighting the Public Utility Commission and the state of Oregon. And we were trying to not get smart meters. And they were forcing you would have to pay to and go through all kinds of stuff to get an analog meter. But they would just trick you at every turn. And so that's why I helped write notices of liability. And they will be liable, but people need to catch up on this technology and try not to get a smart meter. But when you look at Agenda 2030 and Agenda 2013, they want Hawaii in the West Coast. They had identified that area a long time ago. And so,
they're going to hit the West Coast next. That's what's coming next. And they're going to hit it hard from what I understand.
Yeah.
So people need to be prepared. I know that there are quite a few people who have left California too, because they say there's going to be based on the natural, it's not natural, based on the disasters they create or engineer, there's going to be a lot of flooding and so on in California.
At the same time, we are stepping up to the plate and mastering consciousness. And that's why, we're going to talk about the poem that you're going to read and the stuff in that. And then I'm going to talk about the physics of miracles and how we can use this time of activation of our soul powers to, we can consciousness technology and the electromagnetic frequency of our combined hearts. We are directed energy in our hearts. We are technology. We can direct our own energy, and we can prevent and solve a lot of this stuff. Now that we know what we're dealing with, and we know what electromagnetic frequencies that we're dealing with, that we have electromagnetic frequencies coming out of our heart. So this is us learning our empowerment and how we can create miracles scientifically and join together in consciousness. We can prevent a lot of their nefarious agendas, and we can turn things around. So,
and that is quite the statement, Michelle, because once we realize our divine innate power and learn how to hone it and use it and direct it, look out.
That's right. And that's what we're doing.
That is what we're doing, and we're doing as much as we can to help facilitate that. So let me read this wonderful poem that you wrote. Okay. And the title of the poem is Discernment. What year did you write this in?
I probably wrote that 5 to 7 years ago.
Okay. All right. Discernment. With the shift of the ages upon us, a courageous stance we must take. We must rise above apathy and programming, our lives and our freedom at stake. Either the light is on or it's off. It's either a 1 or a 0. The villain is the deceptive sort, the truth teller a hero. The power to know and rise above is rumbling and ready to quake, open to the surge of truth when inner energies shake. They're talking about the resonance of truth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what am I hearing?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I heard something. I don't know what it was. But anyway, okay. The power to know and rise above is rumbling and ready to quake, open to the surge of truth when inner energies shake. Awaken from drone of media noise, designed to divert your thinking. Survival depends on alertness now. Reverse the trend of awareness shrinking. I'm getting in some kind of interference here. Let me check something out. I'm sorry. That's what's wrong. Okay. There was a Bluetooth on, and that was causing interference. So sorry about breaking up the poem here.
Oh, that's
okay. In the center of the vessel, there's knowing in the heart of fire. In the sovereign mind of innocence, one sees who seeks to conspire. While perceiving truth, there's resonance, a feeling of peace inside. But lack of light causes dissonance when shadows come to abide. Interesting. No cover-up or propaganda can cause discord to fade or disappear. The ray of truth keeps flashing. Revelation finds a listening ear. And that's what's happening right now. That is happening now.
If that's not what's happening right now, then I don't know what.
It sure is. It sure is. So, like the rush of cool spring waters flowing over and around each rock, the feeling of truth is persistent. The sound of conscious knocks. Spirit of truth is inner intelligence available to each one's attention. The key of activation revealed eliminates distracting contention. Genius is the inheritance of hearts that are receptive. Lonely darkness holds no power for agendas that are deceptive. And we are finding them out left and right. And they're mostly on the left. That's a joke. Yeah.
I like it.
Upon this cosmic awakening, the one true self is realized. The power of discernment knows freedom as its prize.
Yay.
Hey, that's what this is all about. We want our freedom back.
That's right.
I don't care how far and how many eons back we have to go to get it, but we want it back the way it was intended to be in the very, very, very beginning.
Yeah. Not only take it back, but don't let any more encroachment happen, which they're trying to do right now. This is really time to take a stand.
Yes, definitely time to take a stand. People need to speak up and show up and stand up and make their voices known. Don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid. Be fearless. You have to be fearless and know that you have the protection of the divine, and know that
we are divine.
We are divine, and we don't die. We don't die.
Hey, look, Gail, there's a comment. Hello from Tampa Bay, Florida. That's my neighbor. Hi, I'm down in Sarasota.
Hi, Ruthless Cannon. I like your name.
You're only an hour away from me.
Alrighty then. Well,
oh yeah, keep going. We're having too much fun.
That was the end of that particular poem. It doesn't go on to the next page. No. Okay,
yeah.
So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, didn't I? Okay, didn't I do this last one? Yeah, knows freedom as its prize. Yeah, that's how it ends. So that's good.
Oh, okay. I wasn't even looking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what that means. That comment. Anyway. Okay. Do you?
No, I don't think that's
relevant. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Just the hello.
Yes, I'm going to just put a welcome everyone into the chat. And feel free to make your comments or to say something and so on. Okay,
I want to say something because you had mentioned something, and I was waiting for you to get done, and it was something that now I'm going to have to look it over, but it was something that freedom. So Gene Decode was on a video that I was listening to, and he said that the people from Lahaina, they were not letting them leave or come back without
permission slip.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's
insane. Who the heck do they think they are?
Yeah.
That's like,
I wouldn't go for that. I'll leave when I want. I'll come back when I want,
What are they going to do? Shoot you? Maybe they would shoot you. Who knows? They were doing some pretty unbelievable things.
Well, supposedly some Marines went in there to take out the baddies.
Yeah, and they did. And it's my understanding that they actually had to shoot some people.
Yeah. Well, that's they've been doing this disaster capitalism for a long time. They did it in Katrina. There was,
yes.
So the one thing that's been coming up in videos is that the media tells you one thing, and when you're there, it's something different. And so somebody from Lahaina was saying, it's not what they're telling you. It's not what they're telling you. I had my own personal experience of that when I was in Oregon, and I was, there had something to do with a teacher strike. So they were saying one thing on the news, and then boots on the ground, when you're actually there, it's something else. They've been doing that forever and ever and ever. They say things, they lie, they make up appearances, and what's really happening in real life, they cover it up, they censor it. They just paint a picture of what they want you to believe and distort, manipulate perception, and then they downright deceive people. And the people that are actually there know the real truth, know the extent of the despotism and the extent of the cruel, the evil things that are happening. There are no accidents. It's been murder, literally, and the child.
Serial murders, as a matter of fact.
Absolutely.
Mass murders. Talk about mass destruction.
Wasn't it? Is it a Wahoo that just got hit by a fire like in the last day or two?
Yeah. I'm not sure how you spell it. Or
Oahu?
say it. OAHA or something like that. Oh, yeah. I think you got it. That one. So another island is on fire, and there's more to come from. And I'd like everyone to know that eventually, within I think a week, I'll be having Jenny Lee on again, and she has something to say about all this as well, from spirit that she converses with, as we do too, but in a different way. So
then there was another one that you were going to read. I think it was like just before that one.
Yeah, it's called The Eye of the Spirit. I'll read that. There was something else I was going to say, but I lost it. I lost it. It'll come back when I don't need it anymore. I've been doing that more lately. It's just a little bit disturbing at times. But okay, this particular poem is called The Eye of the Spirit. And one of the things that we're trying to do as we hold these different shows is to give you that knowledge of your divine within and the power that it holds. And when you turn to it and use it, you'll be amazed at what you can do and what happens. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I think that's really a universal thing that everybody is turning to. We're sort of on the same page, everybody's a lot of people are getting downloads. A lot of people are having more spiritual experiences. A lot of people are having synchronicities. A lot of people are tuned into their guides. I think it's happening in massive quantities of people right now, having near-death experiences, having out-of-body experiences, having doing automatic writing and having that connection. I think it's actually, really becoming quite common.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the things that has been hampering people in their ability to connect is the fact that they have HARP, who is largely responsible. I guess I should be careful what I say here. I'm on YouTube, but nonetheless, there's a frequency that's being put out that's something like 4 hertz or something like that, which is very low, very vibration low. It keeps humanity. It does its best to try to keep it low. So as you try to raise your frequency or vibration, it's kind of like a block. It's like a frequency fence. It's not that you can't get beyond it, but it's
because we are powerful. As soon as we realize our power, I use my power. I through willpower, through intent, and through my spiritual practice, I keep my vibration high. Not only that, I don't go into fear. I don't go into submission. And if I'm around frequencies, I say, I'm a tuning fork to God. I am the more powerful.
I love that.
I will not be entrained. I will be the entrainer. I'm not going to be the one affected by frequencies coming to me. I'm going to be the one with powerful frequencies, raising frequency wherever I go. In other words, you stand in your power. You say your intent. We are light. We are the light of consciousness, and we can, amplify the light and turn up the light, shine the light, emanate the light, radiate the light, send the light. Our intention, our willpower, and our realization of our true self as beings of light. Truth is the path, truth is the way, and love is the vibration. And more people are realizing that. I've seen story after story after story, and I think that we're all really raising up together.
It's really heartwarming, isn't it?
It really is.
So let me read this before I start crying. Okay. The eye of the spirit. Of all the wondrous beauty and sights that we behold beneath our human eyesight lies infinite creations untold. Alas to the diligent seeker who opens her soulful eye, she sees more beyond first vision, she sees more beyond the sky. For past any illusion where ignorance falls from grace, the eye of the spirit is opened to see the magnificence in the vastness of space. Embraced by love's vibration, the inner eye of the soul opens wide, removing all veils and filters, and with awesomeness dissolves all pride. Humbled by intricate workings of God's universes of grand design, a new level of reverence is born while viewing the cosmic divine. A gift of such value is endowed within every soul who looks in the direction of spirit with divine perception, his goal. Ask and ye shall receive the deepest meaning and essence. Look beyond with the eye of spirit. It's the best of all God's presence.
Yay. You know, asking is a big key. You know, we can ask for energy, we can ask for help raising our vibration, we can ask for guidance, we can ask for protection. And all that asking, not only does it make us humble, but it also gives permission for these energies and help and information to come in. And we have so much in our knowingness of connection. We have unity, we have strength, we have protection, we have information, we have, you know, information about our own soul's blueprint, about the divine plan. You know, we can ask anything and get answers. And I love that. When you go into meditation or contemplation or reflection, wondering about things and asking questions, and then just sit there and you get the downloads and even the feeling, that warm-hearted feeling of peace, you know, comes over you.
Yes, it does.
Really great.
Yes, it does. It's a wonderful feeling. And we would encourage you to sit with these thoughts and sit with the thought of your divine essence. And you can ask to have the internal fire of the creator turned up. Who is it? It refers to it as the flame of fire within from the creator. So don't be afraid to ask is what it really boils down to.
Yeah. And also claim and use affirmations. You know, really be careful and use the I am with realizing that you are claiming your identity. Use the I am, you know, claim perfect health. I am eternal youth. I am perfect health. And say, you know, I am the light. I and my Father God are one. Use the I am, you know, with positive statements and get into that habit of good affirmations, because that will eliminate all of the subconscious programming that we've been, you know, getting through the years. Because
I was just going to be saying we have been heavily programmed with negativity.
Yeah.
And we need to start recognizing when it's negative and when we need to transmute that into something positive. I catch myself quite often. You know, it's very easy to take a negative stance, you know, instead of trying to focus on the positive. It's like some of this of what's happening right now, it could be looked upon as we have to literally totally burn down, collapse, however you want to phrase it, the old system. It needs to go. It can't be fixed. It can't be repaired. It is beyond help. And that means there is good in this. And this is why they keep saying the best is yet to come. Yeah. Because things are going to change for the better. I know it doesn't look like it right now. I guess that's the most difficult thing for people to get a knowing of. It might not look like it right now because of all the different things that are happening, and they all seem very negative. But just remember, it all has to come down before we can change to a new system.
And what really is happening right now that's positive, if you look at all the compassion in the world,
yes,
compassion is a very high love vibration. And when something happens that affects the whole world, like 9/11 did, and Maui, basically, to me, it's the same caliber. And so
Definitely.
compassion is definitely increasing the vibration of our world. And if you don't mind, I just want to read this quote about compassion. And then,
Yeah, there was the other thing we were going to talk about that would kind of, I don't know if it matters what order it was in, but you were going to talk about the miracles,
yeah,
the physics of miracles.
yeah,
Oh,
I was
okay.
going to go from compassion to miracles, if that's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they all, it's first the compassion and the love is the energy, and the miracles are going to have to do with what we focus on. Okay. So compassion is up in the world right now. We love each other. We inherently love our brothers and sisters. And so I'm going to read the quote about compassion. And that one is from It Is a New World After All, in the compassion section. And the quote goes, compassion supersedes any mental notion that may inhibit love's flow. It is the direct realization and expression of pure love. We have a lot of pure love flowing in our world right now.
Yes, we do, because people's hearts are going out to the people in Maui.
So we're united in love, and our hearts in humanity, we are all united at the heart level, at the level of feeling, having compassion, and being focused together. And I'm just going to read this little blurb and then go into the miracles, because it all fits together. Where we are right now in human history, what's happening with our consciousness, and how we're using these tragedies to unite and make the world a better place. So this is the same section at the very end. As we unite, our power to manifest intensifies exponentially. As we realize the powers within and unite in consciousness, we are taking energetic action to change our world for the better. We are building momentum to heal our entire planet and all of humanity of all sacrifice and suffering. Because we are consciously raising the vibration of our life energy to the level of compassion as we live our daily lives and go through these tragedies, our consciously created reality renders a higher quality of life on our planet. Life is and will continue to actually become easier as we work with our life energy of consciousness. We are helping others and being helped so much more. Compassion rules in our new world. We are free to transform energy from what doesn't work in our world to create our new world with the energy of compassion. That makes this the tipping point.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And
Very good. Very good.
as
Yes,
we
it
come to
does.
mastery, I'm going to move right into manifestation, because the compassion and the tears, when I do manifesting groups, part of the process is to inspire emotional energy to flow. So I'll ask my guides, what is the emotion evoking experience? And then we will think or talk about something that makes us cry, like we cry on purpose to get that energy in motion, because the flow, we've got the water flowing, the emotions flowing, the energy flowing. And when that happens, these group manifestation of shared intentions and visions, the results are always reliable and quick. Okay, so this is about collapsing the wave. And I want to say what book I'm reading out of, a short thing. And it's called The Physics of Miracles by Richard Bartlett. He also wrote the book Matrix Energetics. And I took his class and became a practitioner. I went to Seattle, Washington, a little over 10 years ago. And so Richard Bartlett writes, when we observe, and think about the word observe, we can observe the outer reality, what's happening on the outside, and we can create intentions and put our attention on an image that we create to make something new. So we don't have to totally focus on the problem. We can come up with a solution, how we want things to be, and share that vision to make a new future. If we constantly focus on the problem, we're going to get the same thing over and over again. But in observation, this is a consciousness technology that we're talking about here. When we observe, we collapse the electronics wave to localize at one place. Between our observations, the wave function spreads out into transcendent possibility. So he tells you to drop down out of your head into your heart, and this is where you place your intention. I'd like this to change. So your intention is to have something change. We are going to change from war and destruction to a peaceful planet. Peace on earth, goodwill toward all, abundance for all, okay? We're erasing the darkness, erasing all this stuff that has come to our attention. We are now transmuting the energy as we work together and raise our consciousness, realizing that we're creating reality. We're changing it right here and now as we speak together and gather together in this field of compassionate love. So we place the intent, we want this to change, and then you drop it into your heart. And I remember going to the thing, and you pretend you drop a pebble down through your crown, it comes to your heart, and then it creates the concentric waves that comes out of your heart. And you can think of that as your electromagnetic field, your amplified.
It is. It's very strong.
It is, it actually, affects the ethers and creates plasma and actually creates reality. The light of consciousness and your intention works together with love, which creates the plasma out of the ethers, and it actually creates reality. Okay, so when you come back after you let go, you know that that's part of the process, letting go, and let the universe create out of this intention and this image, because it gathers momentum. It gathers momentum like in a morphogenic field. There's morphic resonance, everything that resonates. We're all united in consciousness. People that place the share intent, which we're sharing the intent right now, please help the people of Maui and all these other places where fires are breaking out. We want to help everybody in the world.
Canada too. Canada. There were some other places too.
Oregon again. There's fires.
Oregon again.
Yeah. It's everywhere. And so these are global prayers. The infinite love of God is bigger than all of this, and it's going through each of our hearts. So when we choose to observe our life from an expanded perspective, you collapse the wave patterns of the same old existence into a new dimension of possibility.
So we want to collapse this system.
Yes.
You call it a wave if you want, but it's a wave of negativity that we want it to collapse and go away.
Right.
And create a positive, peaceful, and harmony.
It is happening, and it's part of the divine plan. So out with the old guard, out with those who thought they were in power, out with all the deception, the lies, and the murders, out. We're saying it's out, and we're using our divine authority, our intention, our unified consciousness, and our love and compassion to make this happen. And we are, and we're claiming it. So we have to remember what we observe, what we focus on. As the saying goes, energy flows where attention goes. So we need to keep taking our attention away from the problem on to the solution. We can send our love and courage and light and everything to the people that are in it right now. We can imagine the earth as being peaceful. We can imagine somebody with a broom sweeping away all the creepy fleas, which, you can call them, the deep state, the dark ones, whatever.
Bad actors.
Yeah. Use a broom, use anything in your mind to create a scene to get rid of all that stuff. It came up for healing. It's into the light of awareness, which means it's already on its way out. It's already on its way out. It's in the light of global awareness. The great awakening is here right now,
No.
reaching the precipice, making the final change for the final victory of light. This is the final victory of light, and we are miracle workers, understanding that we create reality. We're using all of these disasters, cataclysms, massacres to transmute the energy and bring back all the freedom, all the abundance. And we are not buying into any agendas. We are not allowing it to happen anymore. It doesn't matter what their plans are. You can just, call on Archangel Michael, cut those cords, cut those plans, stop them in their tracks. We've got the power now, and we're using it right now here together. So let me see.
Yes, we are.
So we trust in their heart's wisdom. We trust in the love that we are. And we have to know that we create reality. And that's what we're growing out of. We're dissolving all of the program beliefs, dissolving all of the limitations, and rising together in this vibrational frequency of love, holding the vision of this new that's going to take the place. No more same old, same old. Out with the old, in with the new. We said it, we meant it, that does it.
So it is, so be it. I decree it.
That's right. So as we share those intentions, you can feel your power, you can feel your consciousness shift, you can feel your soul wake up and say, yes, I'm on board with that.
Exactly. Wow.
Yeah. I truly believe that's what we're up to. And, each time we see these images, we can focus on solutions. I see people surrounded by angels. I call on the angels, ask them to surround them and bring them comfort. I ask for practical things. I ask for, fresh water, food, clothing, shelter, all the basic needs to be met on a continual basis. I'm seeing it in my mind. I'm focusing on people helping each other. I know that where I put my attention, that's what's going to, happen. So a little bit of attention has gone on what really happened. Most of my attention is on we're helping each other. We're united. We're getting through this together. We're rebuilding. Life is eternal. We're creating heaven on earth. And nobody's gone. And if you think about it, we're going to be having reunions, because as the earth shifts to a higher dimension, people can recreate the body as their masters, just like Yeshua did. Recreated a body, because you have that spark, you have that blueprint, and you can emanate a whole new body out of light.
Wow. People really got to think on that one.
Yeah. Well, he said, these things and greater things shall ye do.
Yes, he did.
We really must believe that we can do everything he did and more. I mean, I believe.
Or he wouldn't say that. Otherwise, you would be calling Yeshua a liar. So I know that he does not lie. So we have not discovered our true power yet.
Yeah.
But we're getting there. We're getting there little by little.
Yeah.
And when you see people pull together like they did in Hawaii to move around the dark one, the bad actors, it was just heartwarming to see that. See, people were, riding those little, I forget what you call them, those little scooters in the water, bringing supplies. And then they had a line of people, hand it to one, hand it to the next, hand it to the next, hand it to the people that needed it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Definitely.
That's what we're going to need to see more of in our own communities.
It is happening everywhere. It's not always televised or shared,
Yes.
but it is happening. It is happening. And the more we put our attention on the solutions and helping and people who are helping, that's what we create. This whole purpose is to realize we are creators, and things come up for change. They come into the light of awareness, and we have the power to change everything.
And I know that the dark ones had things in place to make it more difficult for us to be able to connect with our creator and to connect in the way that we wanted to. But that's all coming down too. Just like I was talking about the frequency thing earlier. We are in a position where we can arise above all of that.
Wasn't it Yoda that said, try they will, fail they will?
Yes. Yes, yes, and that's what's happening right now. They're on their last leg, so they may do anything to try to, it's kind of like a 2-year-old temper tantrum. If I can't have it, you can't have it either, kind of thing.
It's exactly that. It's exactly that. Yeah, yeah.
So
there was a comment there from Ireland, and that's pretty cool. That we have somebody from Ireland saying, hello, hello. Hi, Monty.
Hi, Monty. Thank you. I just saw that too. Blessings from Ireland. Thank you. I got some Irish in me.
I have a lot of Irish in me.
Yeah.
And, I'm
about a quarter here.
By the way. My intention is to come visit someday. I don't have any travel plans yet, but I will get there.
That's the one place I wanted to go visit. And because I have Irish and Welsh both.
Yeah, I do too. Irish, Welsh, and Scottish, actually.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah, I have Scottish too, more from my grandmother's side, but they were having difficulty finding more information on that. But my grandfather's name was Welch.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that being said,
I just want to say, I don't want to lose your attention on that, because intentions are powerful. And I set an intention one time to go to France, and I had no plans. I didn't have the means. And a year later, I went to France. So give that intention of going to Ireland some attention, dream of going there a lot. And hey, we might go together. You never know.
No.
We'll end up in Ireland one way or the other. That's the intention.
Ah, good. I have to have the intention of getting finances to flow more than they do too. I probably black myself, but yeah.
Well, interestingly,
important too.
I learned that manifestation does not depend on finances, and I did it actually. France, manifesting a trip to France was one of those things, and several things came into my life when I just manifested and saw myself doing something or having some experience. The money showed up, or the way showed up. In fact, when I envisioned going to France, suddenly several months after that, a couple of my friends said, you need a vacation. We're going to chip in and buy you an airplane ticket to visit your sister in France. And they did. And then I got there. Seriously,
I wish I had somebody like that.
I don't have any money. You do. You just create them in your mind. And then, so then I got there, and my sister's boyfriend at the time, without asking, prompting, didn't know anything, he just handed me a couple €100 cash to spend while I was there.
Wow.
So
nice.
My sister was living 5 minutes away from the Eiffel Tower, and I stayed with her. I had some cash. I did some sightseeing, and I had a good time. And that's actually where I finished writing It Is a New World After All. That's right. Yeah, I finished writing a book there. I had my laptop. Yeah. But so maybe the next time or sometime soon, we can focus on manifestation, because I have another whole story that I don't want to, start at this late time. Okay. But
there's one thing I want to mention. As you were describing about how money is not a factor, that's actually a very important point, because what it does is when you concern yourself with how am I going to come up with the money, that negativity collapses the whole intention, I think, because you don't have to, I know you've said this to me before, and I try to remember it, is that don't worry about how let the universe worry about how, because it will, you just worry about what it, not worry about it, but you just have the intention and the thought of what you're trying to manifest.
And trust and faith come in there. And once you start manifesting, it builds your trust and faith. And it actually builds sort of a morphogenic field within yourself, believing in yourself to be able to manifest. So eventually what happens is all of those doubts and so forth and preconceived notions, they eventually dissolve and they're not there anymore. But when they're there, and we all have those that come up, they could be, money issues, self-esteem issues, whatever. It's like putting your foot on the gas and the brake at the same time. You're not going to really,
yeah.
You got to take your foot off the brake and let the gas go.
That makes a whole lot of sense. All right. Yeah.
So I will say this, and I'll, about our future podcast. I recently discovered a book because I'd moved. A book that I wrote actually, and it's called Ladybug Magic. And so,
you mentioned that. Yeah,
we're going to talk about ladybug magical manifestations because we're going to create a morphogenic field, and then we can use that to manifest because it does work.
That would be awesome because that would help us to teach others how to manifest, or what the different steps and so on that you would take in order to make manifestation happen, just knowing what's required.
Yes.
And I mean, it's actual physics. I mean, it makes sense. That's what's amazing about it.
My brain had to understand it before I could make it work. Like I knew it worked, and I reverse engineered things that happened in my life. I realized that I was creating. I went through workshops that are belief transformation workshops so that you can muscle test your subconscious beliefs, things that were in the way, standing in your way that you didn't really consciously know they were there. And so I actually have done a lot of work, even on my subconscious belief system, to eradicate those things. And Greg Braden had several CDs set about changing your beliefs and everything. So it takes deep work because some of that programming is subconscious. And so
a lot of it is
affirmations, repetition, practice. It sort of takes a lot of work to reprogram your consciousness and to believe in yourself.
Yes. Well, speaking of that, one of the things that I've noticed is when I stay positive about my financial situation, and things happen that I didn't expect, and all of a sudden something's there. I know it's divine intervention. It has been because I've asked, and it's flowed, and it's, and it's so easy though to fall back into the negativity thing.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't done it long enough that I still every once in a while go back a little bit in that regard.
One thing that helps me too is that I have manifested a lot of things that haven't shown up yet, but I know that the way I'm doing manifestation is correct and that it is definitely going to show up in its own perfect time, with all these.
I love your confidence.
all these other things come into play. And so it's in harmony with the whole world, and it's for the highest good of one and all. And, when I create my intentions and manifestations, a lot of mine has to do with being successful in my life purpose. And my life purpose has to do with being of service. So yes, I want things to support my life and my lifestyle, food, shelter, clothing, and, whatever it takes to, fund all that stuff, but also, to move forward and be able to complete my mission, which is why I'm here, why we're all here. And so if we keep that uppermost in our mind, we're here on a mission. We're here to express our soul's highest potential, and that is of benefit to all of humanity and all of life. So it's a process, and it's okay if it takes time. We have eternity. We can, in the moment, like when you go out and enjoy nature, we have so many beautiful moments, and those things are rich in another way. Sometimes when I go for my walk and I just see the beautiful plants and trees, my soul is like singing, just loving nature and stuff like that.
Yeah, just even driving to town around here, it's a beautiful sight to see. And I think, wow, this is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Admiring beauty that's all around in nature is another way to keep our vibrations high.
yes, I try to get out there as frequently as possible because I always feel good afterwards. Do we have another comment here? I don't know. Oh. Okay. Okay. The Monty from said we all have a little bit of Irish in us. Okay. And Marcel says Greg Braden has a lot of knowledge. Thank you, ladies.
Marcy.
Yes.
Oh, Marcy. Yeah, Greg Braden. I've read a lot of his books. I've seen him in person, and my son is doing film editing for Humanities Team, and he's worked on some of Greg Braden's teachings. Actually, he's worked on some of his videos. So that's cool. My son.
Oh, your son. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he worked at Humanities Team. He lives in Portland, and he has worked on some of those Greg Braden stuff.
Yeah, here's someone's asking a question, or what about soul traps when you die? Your soul is captured by reptilians, as I understand it. That terrifies me. I don't.
You're empowered.
Your soul.
You set your own intention, actually.
If
you buy into that your soul is captured by the reptilians, and then you have like that lower vibrational fear thing, it could happen. But if you raise your vibration to love, your mind is more powerful than anything. You do not have to buy into that. You do not have to create that. What are you creating? Focus what you're creating. And, try they will, fail they will. Remember that. You've got the power to create your reality. As soon as you understand that and wield that power 100% of the time and stay out of fear and into the love vibration, nothing ever can stop you from being a free soul when you claim your power and your divinity. It's what you create.
So don't let them scare you.
No.
They that's what they do all the time. They use fear to mind control you, because when you're in a state of fear, you're much easier to mind control, which means that the propaganda that they put out there, you may be much more susceptible to it for that. Out of fear, the fear is what that brings your vibration down and makes you more susceptible. But you can rise above that, like Michelle's saying. There's no reason for you to
and let me say one more thing. We are getting divine intervention. Commander Thor has already reported that there are light beings and they are destroying the reptilians in the underground tunnels. They are much higher vibrational beings. They are turning them into puddles, and all of the stuff that used to be, all of the power they used to have, it's gone, it's dissolving, everything's coming to light. There's nothing to be afraid of. Claim victory now, and also use your mind. You can create anything. If you even think of a reptilian, you can, in your mind, put them in a cage, shoot them, shoot them with a laser and watch them dissolve. Pretend it's like the witch on the Wicked Witch on the what's the Wicked Witch?
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, Wicked Witch. Throw a bucket of water and just watch them dissolve. It's in your mind, and using images and using your power. Imagination is power. Watch a lot. Greg Braden used to watch Neville Goddard. A lot of these people have looked at a lot of the same people and learned these physics and tried them out and used them. So listen to Greg Braden, look at Neville Goddard. There's free YouTube videos. learn about the physics of miracles, learn about, let's see, there's the physics of angels, written by Rupert Sheldrake and Matthew Fox. That's another one I read. I read about the power, the life and teachings of the masters of the Far East. Empowering, very empowering. Read empowering books. Take it into your consciousness. Practice your power. You know, it takes a little bit of work and a little bit of shift of attention, but we are sharing our information and sharing our power and stepping up to the plate right now.
Now, Michelle, I might have to ask you if you would put together a list of books that you recommend that I could put in the description in the future, because I think people need to know what books are good and empowering, and I'm sure you're a very good judge of that.
Well, I can tell you the books that have helped me a lot, and some books I read over and over again, and so I've gleaned a lot of information, but I also action is where the rubber meets the road. I embody those into my consciousness. I try things out, and I am like a scientist. You know, I'm going to make things work. I'm going to get reliable results.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you do take action, and I'm very proud of you because of what you did with the sheriff and the getting charges about this bioweapon situation. So that's a wonderful thing. I'm very proud of you for that.
Thank you.
More people need to do it, myself included. It will happen. I believe in a better life. Yeah.
Put up there.
I'll put that up there too. Thank you.
Yeah. So that was like in the description box, you know, what you read, you know, that's a really good thing for encouragement. And you might want to read it again if you want, or at least the last part of it. Because
you mean me again?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because we are praying together and we're creating miracles right now, even as we speak. Even as
okay. All right, let me read this one more time and think about it as I read it, and we will.
Your vision.
Yes. Okay. There is always a miracle at hand for humanity when disaster strikes. When measurements came in after 9/11, it indicated that the unified prayers and vibration of the collective rose significantly. Humanity's collective vibration during this great awakening and shift of the ages is again rising to a whole new level after the Maui tragedy. We would like to join in love solidarity for all the people of Maui and all the people of the world who are still facing immense, radical, and difficult challenges at this time. To bring encouragement, we will be speaking to the changes taking place and how our consciousness and our ability to deal with such challenges has reached new heights of mastery. Let us come together once again and feel the unity of love as we allow love and compassion heal and uplift all people during these difficult times. Gather in love and feel comfort and know that every little thing you do does help. Even one simple prayer, even one simple random act of kindness, with each of us contributing our love through prayer and our actions, together we create miracles.
And I just want to say, let's hold the vision for everyone on Maui and anyone on earth that needs it, that everybody is receiving pure, clean water, delicious, organic, natural food, clothing, shelter, love, hugs, smiles, neighbors, community, music, comfort, and divine intervention, and that they're feeling our love and our hugs as we care about them truly and deeply. We send our love, and we are thankful to God and to all the angels and all the divine ones who are also helping from other dimensions. We are very, very thankful that this love and all supplies reach everyone who needs them. And so it is.
Amen. So be it. I decree it. Oh, that still brings me almost to tears when we talk about that. So anyway, it's let me get this down here. Thank you, Mary, for those comments. So let's all work together in our hearts and minds to make this a better planet for all. We can change things together. And love and peace to all. Yes, Mary. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Love you all.
Yeah, there we go. Love to all. Thank you so much. And I think we're going to end on that note, if you don't mind.
It's beautiful.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. Remember, this is a listener-supported program, so if you can help, please do. And if not, you can share, like, and subscribe, and that doesn't cost anything. So thank you all for listening, and thank you for being here. And Michelle and I will be back again with more of the same type of thing to help you get through all these changes. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love and light, everybody. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers. Stronger than ever, never say never. Don't look back now, don't look back now. Stand with each other. We are sisters and brothers, finding our place and running the race. We'll take our chance and seize the moment. Hold on tight and don't let go of all your hopes and dreams that light the way. We control our fate. Destiny awaits. We are all the actors in the stories we create. Hope will be our guide. We'll no longer hide. When we roll like thunder, feel the wonder from inside. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our